All signs money. You already know, April 2022. The moon card is in the upright position here. This speaks to emotional comfortability in our fourth house of Cancerian here. The moon cycle is revealing as we evolve upwardly, ideally, right? You don't want to be just running around the same track, doing the same lap for the rest of your life. You want to be growing, evolving, progressing. Okay, the Page of Wands. I stutter and I hesitate to say the page because this is the Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. And she uses, original imagery. This is the fox, the sly fox. This is something that points the way, that knows the navigation, that knows the way, that knows where it's at. Always finding him or herself in the right place at the right time is what I'm sensing here. Okay, and though you may move slowly emotionally, for whoever's resonating and picking up on this, there is still that mischievous almost kind of part of you that has its antennas up and has its senses, that kind of sensitivity, I should say, is probably a better word than mischievous, although there is a kind of, like I mentioned before, this sly image on this fox's face here. I should say someone is kind of quite attuned and their instrumentation is very sensitive. So, I suppose that there are pros and cons to that, but one of the pros being that you quite know, rightly so, which way the wind is blowing. And so you go towards that direction. Okay? So this is money, finances, business, career, all that juicy stuff that we love, because at the heart of it, we want to be prosperous. We want to benefit our family, our friends, our community. We want to be that pillar and that beacon that, pulls it off and all that stuff depending on what you're doing. And I feel as though that you're poised to do just that with the Strength card in the upright position. Eights are about abundance, expansion, a lifestyle of abundance and expansion. She has the headdress of the lion, the pride, the fifth house. Typically the fifth house of Leo, planetary opposition is the sun, or planetary representation in astrology is the sun. Let me pause this because I'm on a good tangent here and I don't want to get interrupted. But the sun represents identity of self, but there is a ferocity, right? And I do see an evolution here from the meager slyness of the fox to full-blown, tapping into your feral, kind of facing something head-on here. Okay, and having conquered it and been through the fire, been through it all, and it's almost as if somebody's wanting to kind of come and witness who you've become, which is quite astounding. This is an energy of reflection here. And again, we're talking about April money, April. So I think what's kind of occurring is an aggregating of all your competencies and just remembering how far you've come and how much of a badass you are. I think that there is somewhat of an element of maybe aloofness if you're resonating with this reading, where you're constantly moving forward so you don't see how far you've come. And yet, though, at times emotionally it feels as though you haven't come much far at all, since a little bit of the emotional maturity and growth happens more slowly than that of the kind of physical action realm that we're in here. Let's see what else we want to say. This is actually just a preview, so let's jump to the Patreon link below. It's only $3 a month to subscribe. Check out the Instagram or the YouTube or the website for the link if you're on TikTok, and we'll leave it there, and we'll see what else kind of juiciness wants to come out here. All right, holla for more. Peace.